M1llionViewzPodcast. Entertainment, pint cheese, Don Status down, baby. It's our turn, baby. Million views, the podcast.
You did it again. Be loaded. Still loaded.
The young wonder. Hey, Mil. Million views, huh? You already know, run it up.
She's in. What's up?
Talk to her.
Strive forward, hustle hard, and then we motivate. Taking chances, taking risks, shit we supposed to take. Million views on your brain, that shit don't sound bad. Meals and cheese and meal, welcome to the podcast. Million views, to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Million views, welcome to the podcast. Million views, man, welcome to the podcast. Million views, welcome to the million views podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Million views, welcome to the podcast. Million views, welcome to the podcast.
Million Views Podcast, man. Episode 1, bro. Where we at with it, Chief?
Yeah,
How we even get here, dog?
Man, to be real with you, bro.
Where this started at, bro?
It took grind, it took motivation, it took dedication, it took loyalty, it took hustle, it took belief.
Man, they got a lot of little dudes we ain't even gonna understand. Nothing you just said, bro.
Man, it took all that.
It took us getting up off our butt, bro.
Yeah.
Saying, look, bro, we ain't gonna do no more negative. It's about a perfect time to turn that leaf over, huh? What you think?
Most definitely.
It's been a rough one, bro. 2G tell me all the time, bro. It's all about legitimacy, bro. Doing something legit, dog. Being all the way about legitimacy, dog. And the first time you take that step into legitimacy, Sam, you're gonna win, bro. That's what my big brother be telling me. With that being said, 2G, where you really see this thing going?
I mean, I see it going, as far as however y'all want to take it, like as far as whatever vision you have, you put 100%, excuse me, behind that vision, at the end of the day, you get where you need to go.
Well, the vision itself for M1llion Entertainment really came from my son, Pint, your nephew. He rapping, he been rapping since when he was talking that Spanish to us. You feel what I'm saying? He been rapping, but
he was rapping.
The music thing is what he want to do, but the thing that really messed me up about it, bro, we talking one day, we left from the studio session, he gonna know what I'm talking about with Calvin.
Right.
And I was like, what I asked him, I said, man, if you could get signed to somebody tonight, like who would you want to sign to, bro? You know what that young man told me? Man, I ain't never signed to nothing or nobody but myself.
Facts.
Yeah.
He was 14. You were 13 still?
13.
13 years old, bro, and that's how that man felt at that point. So from that night, my mission been M1llion Entertainment, bro, getting that off the ground. Bro.
Straight up, off the rip.
Straight up, and if I ain't about that, then something wrong with it. What it mean for you?
I mean, getting up off my big ass and coming to work every day and striving for the best for me and my family, man. I believe in something. I believe in this, 2005, 2004, before I even had children, I believe, because, it take loyalty, it take trust, and we share that,
I mean, we always had love, we always had the loyalty and the trust thing between us, bro. But the thing we didn't have was the right plan, because I was doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? You didn't necessarily indulge in that, but you just didn't make other choices either. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it was
but it's more so about now being a positive example. I done been that other type of, I done been that cool look. But that ain't really cool now that I'm gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't feel, you know what I'm saying, Mike? Them same things you were telling me. My brother be sitting in the yard, this man fresh off of work. You know what I'm saying? He just looking at me like, man, you is a jerk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But how you doing? I love you. And the same regular big brother stuff. Yeah. But at the same time, if he wasn't a man, he wouldn't have been, keeping that stance he kept with me. And I appreciate you for being there. Like that for me, big dog. With that being said, man, we gotta dedicate the show, man, to some special people in our lives, bro. First of all, I went to a beautiful repast yesterday, bro, from Miss Brenda, bro. Shameless mother-in-law. We ain't gonna put everybody's names, all the way out there like that, for respect reasons. But that was a beautiful event. I posted a little something on my snap from that, the little second line section of it. That was nice. And I want to dedicate this show to my father, Buddy. And old big time, you know what I'm saying? And Chester and Rose Clark, bro.
Yes, indeed. My father and my mother passed. I want to dedicate it to them too. To everybody.
You know what I'm saying? And I still have my mother here, bro, but like she's so big and my like we had them parents like that, like we had that upbringing to where like no matter what it was we went out there and did, we still had that, you know what I'm saying, that strength in backing us, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, shout out to the family, bro. Shout out to mom, man. Straight up.
Shout out to mom.
What y'all youngsters got, man, on the research end over here, man? That's our research department, man.
Well,
Probably 2 times, man.
So in Medgar, the corona cases is very high. It's been up 6.9% since last week, and they got 26,000 cases, recent, and they got 643 deaths that came through recently with corona. I don't know how y'all feel about that. How y'all
That's just the local stats on that?
That's the local stats in Medgar, Louisiana.
So
Wait. Jefferson Parish, Louisiana.
Oh, that was Jefferson Parish, 26,000 you said?
Yeah.
Well, all them people be
I don't know. That's it.
in the hospital, huh?
Wow.
What's the state results?
State results.
The state results is 264,000 with 6,700 deaths.
Man, that made me want to hit the sanitizer, man.
Sanitizer. Everything.
International is what?
Well, they have 15 million cases everywhere, like worldwide. Well, not worldwide, United States, but they got 200,000 new cases, like recently, within the past few days.
That's absolutely astounding, bro. So, like, what we supposed to do post-corona? Like, certain jobs are just gone. Certain avenues to even just generate money, bro, is gone. Certain ones go pick up, but those go be saturated. So where we going from there? Like, Mike, you more businessman than anyone else in here. So like, where you know what I'm saying? Where the businessman go from here, bro? COVID-19, going forward.
Well, I mean, it's rough. I mean, it's a lot of business, but it's more essential business that's gonna flourish. If it's not essential, it's
You're pretty much in trouble.
Yeah, like you're kind of in trouble. So I mean, that's mainly the biggest thing is getting into something that's more essential versus, something that people don't really need. Is more of a luxury.
So we gotta get more necessity driven as a society.
Yeah, more necessity
to
driven.
thrive.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
For us to thrive through, a major time like this.
Right.
Because this don't happen all the time, but
You
when
gotta
it
be
does
able to.
happen, it's best if you're in that kind of field to where people need you versus it's something they want. But that's the first thing is that shut down. Anything, we really don't need, I'm gonna shut that down first.
On the topic of business, man, one of the other main reasons why we doing this podcast is to start connecting with other businesses, not even just small businesses or large businesses, but just business in general. It's not even about the black-owned thing or none of that, because black-owned businesses got to do business with somebody.
For sure.
You feel what I'm saying? The whole world not
So
black.
we can't just categorize it as one,
You
right?
understand what I'm saying? You really slick side alienate yourself sometimes, trying to be so. If you black Mike and you own a business, when I come to that business, I know one thing: this black owned. Michael Paul is the owner. He's black.
Facts.
Mike don't have to put this as a black owned Michael Paul. But you know what I'm saying? Like that. That's not supposed to go like that. Because what they're saying is, I don't want everybody. I don't want black. Like, we got to get off of that, and we have to start actually networking with each other and helping these youngsters into the business world. They try to lock you out, and then tell you you're not doing nothing constructive. You feel what I'm saying? We got to bridge the gap between the young and the old, because they, it's time. You know what I'm saying?
We got to get back to the want to. We have the want to do that. We have, that's what the black man has to get back to. He has to want. He has to want to, want to have that knowledge. He has to want to learn how to be a crafty man. He has to want to learn how to take care of his family differently than going to the store. He has to want to learn how to fish for his family. We have to want to, and that's the bottom line. We have to want to first. That's the first part of it. If you have to want to.
As far as, black business, though, people speak black business and opportunity, but the whole issue is people don't really support the black business.
Right.
No,
so
that's
down to
right.
Supporting it, because it's different products we use every day. Believe it or not, you have a black company that you can get that from, but the average black person is not going to do the research in order to do that. Like, so deodorant, shit you use every day. You're gonna need that anyway. So why not support the black company? And that's how you get the ball rolling in that regard. Because it's one thing for me to open a business as a black man, and my own people don't support it. Now it's one thing if I'm not putting out quality work, then you have to accept the effect.
Yeah, you have to accept. Yeah, right. Most definitely.
Put out quality work.
Most definitely.
No matter what business you're dealing with.
Yeah, we gotta support each other.
And that was my only point.
The support factor.
It has to be there. It has to be there on all phases of the board, no matter what. And if it don't happen, then we don't thrive. We don't succeed. We don't go to the next level at all.
This is my point. Sometimes we get hung up here. Like they'll have the dude who have the want. He have the drive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He didn't took the low money. He didn't went through the proper training and schooling and this and that. Now, he gets certified to where it is he need to be. Now, you go over here and holler at your people. Like you supposed to do, as they say. Go holler at your people. And your people, move you off to the side or whatever. How the man regroup from that? Because we really get hung up in that little, you know what I'm saying? What's the advice to that person? How he get past that little hump? You know what I'm saying? Like, you a person to tell you to work yourself to this point. Okay, and you get there, and now that door is no more available. Or in certain cases, like a lot of college graduates, that avenue is not even there because what you got a degree in don't even exist no more in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Where they go from there?
It's oversaturated. But I mean, it's just learning new trades. Though. I mean, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, you have to learn different things. 'Cause I know I started, doing. As a youngster doing mechanic work and driving trucks, different things I picked up along the way, and that helped me, on my journey when it was time to change jobs. Or, it was a different skill I had to where I could take another avenue. But if all you have is tunnel vision on one, avenue, I mean, when that door closed, it's closed.
So long story short, always make sure you have several avenues that you're looking at.
But it'll be, it's helpful if you're able to do that. I mean, everybody not able to do that, but, if you have that luxury, I mean, that's nice to have.
Speaking of, black business, we're going to get into our first promotion of the night, man. Free promotion, man, for all businesses, man. Get at us, bro. Rumble Trumble.
Million views, baby.
Rumble Trumble Promotions and Uppercut Boxing Gym and Barbershop. They will be giving a Christmas drive December 18th. Drop toys off at 2010 Woodmill Boulevard in Harvey, Louisiana. You could get with Rumble Trumble at Facebook, Steve Trumble at Facebook, and Deja ENT 2020 at IG. I'm sorry if I got any of that wrong, but
make sure y'all drop the toys off.
Spelled out on there, man. Come mess with that though. The toy drive is actually gonna be on Christmas Eve over there in Harvey, man. Y'all go ahead on and support that, man. Not only is that a black business doing that, they doing that for a local neighborhood, bro.
Man, come
through. They doing that in their own neighborhood. That's something that's community, man.
That's what we need for people our age.
Drop the toys off. Like I just said, come through and drop some toys off. Support.
They gonna have food and refreshments out there for you, bro. Come through and support that, man. And shout out to One Way Arts for these sweaters, bro.
One Way Arts, thank you.
One Way Arts, man. Go mess with them, man. At One Way Arts.
I'm looking very dapper in my pullover. Appreciate it. Thank you, One Way Arts.
You look nice, big man.
I look dapper. You look, you too.
Black businesses, Mike. You're a businessman. What you got going on, man? If you want to plug anything or put anything out there, if you got anything in the works, or if you got anything, you can really just point a younger, enthusiastic person about business, point them in the right direction, man. At the time.
Major business I'm doing, at the moment is more a class. Me and a partner of mine started a few years ago about, consciousness, just awareness mentally, and just knowing, people. Respect a higher power, believe in a higher power, just more knowledge, as far as on that level.
Saying that's the way you in other words, y'all more geared towards tying the knowledge into work ethic, the knowledge of knowing what you're working for and what the purpose behind it should be.
Yeah, well, I mean, the knowledge itself is more, it's order. Any type of business that you're dealing with is going to involve order, and that's why you'll see a lot of businesses fail because everybody's out of order. Some people, it's your role to do, one thing, but you're trying to do somebody else's role. If
Right.
everybody stay within order, then everything runs smoothly, you know,
Right,
how
for
it's
sure,
supposed to
for
run.
sure.
Right.
Yeah.
That man, he teaches order and dedication and, you know, and
Right.
just pretty much playing your role and you'll get further, you know, that way.
It all ties to just basically being grounded, is what you're saying.
Well, you've been
Staying
grounded,
grounded,
but,
right.
you know, it's a lot, you know, a little more in depth, like I said, 'cause I get more into the biblical side. Like I said, everybody not, you know, on that level, you know, so I don't preach a lot of that, you know, to people that really don't want that information.
For sure.
I mean, that whole conversation kind of dangerous because you can't sway a person's fate, no matter what that fate might be.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah, if they have faith at all.
Right. That's
You know
I
what I'm
said,
saying?
some
So,
people don't.
yeah, so
you don't
it's-
force
it-
feed it, but it's people that's into that have questions, and you know, if I can help them, then you know, I do that. You know?
Well, let the people know how they can reach y'all and get with y'all, man.
I mean, it's mainly, you know, I ain't really got a Facebook and you know and all of that right now.
Well, we gonna have to think
Yeah,
about getting that
yeah,
together,
we'll
man.
get it together,
We put that together, man.
Yeah.
Get 2GY2K compliant, man. Get them over Facebook.
Yeah, set them up.
They
you
got
know?
they got a lot of brothers who need that, man. Who need to be
Who need to be connected to that
who
type
need
of
to
thing.
be connected
yeah.
to anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Come
Just
on,
something
man.
to be
It's
connected
like
to,
somebody-
especially if it's
yeah.
positive. And that's
Come
what
on,
we trying
man.
to breed here, though. We
Come
trying
on,
to breed
man. I'm all about.
a positive attitude.
I'm all
bro.
about.
Cause this is my thing. Okay, we into entertainment, right? We dealing with this music thing, right?
Right.
Okay, so if we ain't on the positive, what we doing? We all about to strap a bunch of AK-47s to ourselves just to go do a concert?
No.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, Mike. So where we start that network at? Cause look at these young fellas, man. They got talent, but they don't want to have to die behind. You know what I'm saying? Expressing their art.
Right.
So where we go from there?
Right.
Well, I mean, they got to put the work in. They go, you know, they got to do what I've done, you know, as a youngster. You know, you got to write, you got to produce, you got to keep, you know, promoting your music.
You really gotta believe in yourself, right?
But that's mainly just practicing your craft, though. I mean, if you're not doing it, you can never get better if you're not constantly doing it. You got to continue to do it. Practice is everything.
Pint, what we got, man? What we got over there? Y'all got something going on over there? What we got?
I mean, we just listening to the, the old heads educate us, the old heads, y'all.
I keep hearing rap. I keep hearing
rap? Well, look,
over there.
I rap myself, Pint 2 times, my Instagram Pint 2 times and everything. CJ plays football for East
I'm a
Jefferson.
football player for East Jefferson. But if y'all mind, I like to talk about a little bit on how rappers are getting shot. Like a lot of popular rappers are getting shot.
And going by what y'all tell us, what you put in is what you get out. That's like mainly what y'all tell us, y'all preach to us. You put in negativity, that's what you'll get out. So by myself being, so young and coming up in the youth, I'm not gonna put out negativity. I'm gonna try to put out, positivity, spread, love throughout the community, and give what I put out. Positivity.
Exactly.
I mean, you're gonna have haters or whatever, but try to do the best I can to empower everybody else around me. Back to y'all.
What you do with that, Chief? Young man spoke it well.
I answer this question, man. Like, we have to spread positivity amongst each other to grow, to prosper. We have to do that, and we have to start by understanding that we are not. When we look at each other, we are not the enemy. When we look at each other, we know I'm not your enemy when I see you.
We on that type of time, but how do we create that? How do we create that
first,
narrative
first
with the
you
next
have to say
man?
it. First, you have to say it for somebody to understand.
It got to be first voiced.
It has to be.
So we saying that on the record.
Who reads a book? Think about it. Let's just keep it all the way real.
It got to be said.
So
now.
it has to be said. So once
we
it's
going
said,
on record for the record.
Let's just keep it.
Saying that we about positivity and we don't want no problem.
Let's keep it real. Let's just keep it 100.
At the end of the day, that's what it is.
What's wrong with that?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What's wrong
Ain't
with
nothing
that?
ever been wrong with that.
What's wrong
man?
with that saying I don't want to do 1,000 years in the penitentiary?
No, indeed. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. I ain't never seen nothing wrong with that, man. But the thing about it is, everybody be feeling like they have to defend themselves or defend something. I live on Wilson Street, so them dudes around the corner, like that type of stuff.
Yeah, you have.
We got to. So, all right. So
certain
the
things
question
you have
is,
to defend.
no, Cheese. The question is, how do we? No, see how you said that certain things you have to defend. How I got to defend something I don't own?
But you got to defend
No,
your
see,
family.
these little dudes got to know that, man.
You got to defend your family for
No,
sure.
man, we paying rent here.
Right,
My
for
family
sure.
inside. You talking about the street.
Yeah, we got to.
Don't get off of what I'm saying.
we got to protect the family for sure. We got to defend
That
the
ain't what
family.
I was talking about, Chester.
Right,
These
right,
little
right.
dudes not defending their family. Their family's burying them.
Right, for sure.
They defending a street,
right.
a neighbor, a set, a gang, that type of stuff. That's what
Right,
they defending.
right.
Their family don't even know them little dudes. They won't even come home. You
Right.
talking about their family? They don't even know them.
They on the road. Right, bro.
Where we go with that, Black?
Where you go with that?
Huh? We got to go.
We
But see,
gotta
that's
be
what I'm
positive,
saying. We get hung
like-
up in this conversation right here.
Said, what's the information worth if you die and give it to the arms and the
The
earth?
solution is
You heard
easy,
me?
but people not gonna, comply to what it takes.
But like
for
Jesus
that
said, we
to
at least have to voice it. What
What's
is the solution?
what is the information worth when you die and you give it to the worms
All
of
right,
the
we
earth?
got some young men here, bro.
You heard me?
recognize
Let me-
love
let me
for,
ask-
you
let me
know,
ask
for
y'all
your own
youngsters,
self,
bro.
You
How
feel
do
me?
you
love.
how do you get away from having to defend yourself? Like even a little dude who not about the gang thing, Mike, he still live on that street.
Yeah, you have to defend yourself.
You have
That's
to
the
gotta
world
defend.
life.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you have
saying?
to defend.
That's the world we
That's
live
the
in.
world you
That's
live in.
So we
life.
just accept it and go with it?
I mean, you have to.
Wow, bro, hold
I
on,
mean,
man.
You have to.
No, bro, we have to start finding some type of answer to it, Mike. Or we have to reach out to some people that could give us the answer.
What is the answer?
We can't just keep saying, all right, this is what we got to do.
What is the
Because that's
answer?
where they got us at,
But
Black.
all the answer is love.
I used to wake up
It's
every-
self-love.
Mike,
If
you know I
don't
used to
love
wake up every
yourself,
day.
You don't love nobody.
Mike, you could love yourself, but you still have to go to the store and get your necessities and this and that.
Right,
And these
because,
dudes
yeah,
on the wrong
you
type
gotta-
of time.
no, but-
That's what we talking
No,
about.
But the point I'm making, my brother, is that when you walk past that particular person, they don't love you.
They don't.
They can
Right.
care less about you. That's why you have to
Right.
make sure you protect yourself. He can care less about you.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right. You
And
most
until
definitely.
that's fixed, it'll always be a problem.
It'll be
That's
all.
why I
It'll
say
be
it
always
never happen.
conflict.
All right,
It'll
watch
be
this.
always
It's a state of
friction.
mind.
You're
All
right.
right, watch
Most
this.
definitely.
Y'all young, y'all probably know this. What them little dudes, King Vaughn?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
them little dudes beef started about?
Well, that's dissing dead people.
No.
They dishing out.
That's where the beef started at?
The beef started, being from two different areas,
Yeah.
and
Common beef.
yeah, but like their ancestors.
Common.
That's
beef
common
against
beef.
each other
That's
in them
some.
areas.
That's some
It's sad,
from
but
way
it's
back
true.
in the days.
Yeah,
that's how it's
You're
been
not
like
from
that.
where I'm from.
Yeah, it's been like
Okay.
that.
That's
So,
common.
if as a society, bro, this just the way we look at stuff. Like, man, fuck you.
Well, it's not
This-
that,
this-
man.
that's basically what we saying.
No, it's basically accepting it for what it is. Now, it can always be corrected. Of course, it could be better, but it's
Yeah.
going to be better by a collective effort. It can't be one man standing in the middle of the street who's going
There you
to
go.
direct change. That's not going to happen.
But that's what I'm
not-
saying. We
you
asking
know,
the harder questions, though. The harder questions is, how do we get past that part of it? Like, we got that part.
That's what I'm
we,
saying.
we didn't.
You can't get past it because people aren't on one accord like that. They can care less. People
How do
care
we get
about
on one
themselves.
accord?
How we get on.
You
one
got
accord.
something, CJ? What you got,
It's
CJ?
selflessness. That's the
I
only
think the way to get past it is to start off young. Be around an environment where you teach the young people to grow up and not hate somebody just because they're
Right.
from a different area. So later on, you won't have to defend the streets of where you repping.
Right,
Hey.
exactly. Yeah, man.
And
So
you
in
don't
other
even-
words, when you open up a youth center, don't open up a youth center for just your neighborhood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
That'll be for everybody.
Because
Yeah.
that's where
It has
that's
to
where
be
it
for
started.
everybody.
A church throw something, they only invite their church members. Stuff like that. You can't, we can't be like that, bro. We gotta reach out to you got a business next door to you, and you throwing an event.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You cross over them to go. I feel what you're saying. That's a good point, CJ. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's a great point.
I really
That's a
do
great
You
point.
just gotta welcome everybody with open arms. You can't be biased towards one people just because they're not from your community.
But you have
or
to
area.
want to. So we go back to
Yeah,
those-
see, that's what we
see,
trying to
what we
create.
go back to.
We trying to create that
You have
want
to
to
want
be
to.
like that.
You have to want to feel, acceptance. You have to want to feel like, hey, he's my brother. It goes back. It's gonna start at he. You have to want to. This female has to want to do better than her situation. She has to want to, or she's gonna result to doing,
And
Hey,
everything.
but look,
You know?
but hey, how you gonna want to when the ones like some people don't have OGs. Even when they do have
There
OGs,
you
like
go.
I have OGs. See, I'm not in that life. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the books, I'm in school, but people don't have OGs. So when they come up, they looking up to their bigger brother who about to get killed because he beefing with the other side, and he was brought up the same way. It's a cycle. beefing with the other side, then it's gonna come back. They gonna spend, like, you know, it's gonna go forever. So how do you stop that with a person that don't have nobody to look up to? I mean, they ain't got no TV in their house. Who they gonna look up to? They not about to look up to no celebrity. They don't have no TV in their house. They in the poor neighborhood. You know, that's what the black community is. So how they gonna look up to? They gonna look up to what's around them, and what's around them is killing, shooting. But they about to rep they set, even if they don't own it at all. They renting this, but they about to rep that.
Exactly.
You have any advice how that man get around that?
You get around it.
Maybe we need to start more, like, reach out, like, you know, outreach type things. You know what I'm saying? We may need to get some things like that back going on, bro. Some type of programs or something like that, bro, to where these little dudes have something to do. Because like he said, it ain't necessarily a choice. It sounds like these dudes really don't even have a choice.
Depending on, like you said, that
somebody has to
depending
believe
on your
in
household
you.
or your upbringing.
Somebody
like,
has to believe in you.
You down. You just
Somebody
down.
has to believe in you. Somebody has to look at you and be like, okay.
No, we talking about that cat who don't have nobody to believe in them. They don't believe in themselves. That's what he just got to talking about. He's saying he got people that could believe in him and that can steer him into the right direction.
Right.
The
He
people
talking
that
about the family of, you know, grandma with the foolishness.
Right.
So, you know, so who talking sense in here? Grandma started the fight.
Right. There's nowhere to learn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you
There's
know,
nowhere to learn here. Right. Understandable.
we gotta find a way to have those kids. Well, you know, it used to be, Mike, you know how it was. They got a whole bus about to come, you know, they ride through the neighborhood. You might just see one child come out their yard. That's the one that wanted to go learn some arts and crafts or whatever the case may be. But that got to be available for them to go and do. Not just in the summertime when y'all don't want them at the house.
That's still
every day. You know what I'm saying?
Done collectively though, through the community. Look, like if you're gonna have a community center, once again, it can't be one man with a checkbook and try to pop the whole community.
It won't work like that.
It has to be the community working together, and that's why I say it all goes back to order, and people just out of order, so it's hard to get those kind of contributions from everybody. It's hard to get two people on one page.
What Jesus said it well earlier. We have now voiced it officially. Right. So now we have to start taking the small steps that we can. Right. That way people can actually see some work being done. We can't just talk. We talking about the people who just be talking. So we can't just talk. We got to put our best foot forward too. We got to reach out and find. You know, they got people that's into trying to.
Right.
Right.
You gotta, do the research it take, to get that off the ground.
Right.
What else y'all have too? What else y'all have too, Tom?
Give us some more news,
I mean, if we go back to the King Von situation, that's a prime example of, his father was in that life. His father died when he was very young, so he coming up. Only person he looking to is his brothers. They come from the same area, the same struggle. You go next door, you look at O Block, it look like a prison or something. That's what they coming from, and that's what they going into. So they come out of here, he young, he coming out of this area. That's his people right here, all these people, and the other side is who they beefing with. That's what they taking their anger out on. They ain't got no father figure. His grandfather going to, you know what I'm saying? It ain't much to. It's a lot, Something has to attack it, to stop the cycle. It's gonna take a lot.
It has to be the community, though. We gotta take care of us. Us, as blacks, a lot of times they look for the white demographic or whatever to step in and
like
help
somebody
us.
owe us.
And they might do owe us or whatever, but the reality is they're not about to give you anything. So if anything we want, and to make it better in our situation, we have to do it ourselves collectively. But that message got to be, put out from spot to spot, to what people really understand. That's what it takes.
Man, we got somebody take a note somewhere, bro. We got to start some type of
endless money and all of
foundation.
Imagine the funds you could get. You got 1 million people who just gave you $1.
That's
only $1.
Yeah,
but people don't think that. To where you could get a lot done if you got so many people pulling together to make one big thing happen.
Yeah.
And it don't cost everybody. A homeless man could give you $1.
Right.
So a lot of these issues really shouldn't exist, but people not coming together to correct the issue. And
that's
it all boils down
make
to
the
money.
issue
money
exist.
is really what's going to answer all of these issues and all that everybody has. It's going to take money, to build a community center.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it take money to open up a business to give people job
It
opportunities.
takes money to have this conversation with people who has money.
Right.
It takes money to have a podcast.
Right.
You know, that's what it is. But
Right.
Add some light to
They
it.
have to
like
start
I said,
somewhere though
But pulling together, that's the only way you're going
to make something
make
work.
big
Right,
change. Like we
right.
can make small changes just in this little group.
Just right.
But it'll be small. It'll be something that help us in this
Right.
little circle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's where it have
On
to
a
start
big,
though,
you know,
really.
on a
We
big
trying-
have,
right.
It
Right.
take a lot, but,
But
it
for
take
real
a
though,
whole lot
that-
of people, bro.
Right,
I think
take-
that's where a
take a
lot of
village.
people go wrong at though, bro. Maybe we do have to build a circle all the way up first before we could go out.
Well, you
Cause
do.
see, we'll come together as a circle and we ain't all doing good, and we'll pitch our money and boom and go take care of some other people. Then we got to go hustle the money back up
Right.
instead of staying down, staying in the lab or whatever it is we got going on
Right.
Yeah,
until
get
it's
yourself
till it's
together.
substantial. You know what I'm saying? Then we can really help somebody.
Right.
I think that's where we really be going wrong at, cause your heart
Yeah,
be in the right place,
yeah, but
but
you
your
can't-
priorities really be kind of
Yeah,
jammed
'cause
up.
you can't help somebody if you ain't got your act together. You know,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
gotta
Right,
get your
right,
little
right,
I
ducks
do
in a
that,
row.
you know what I'm saying? That's a
Yeah.
flaw. Yeah. Well, let's
You know.
talk music, man.
What type of music y'all like? 2 Pint, you know? 2 times?
You know they rappers.
So,
He like his
me-
own music.
He a rapper.
Me being me, you know, my music come first. Of course, you know, it'll be out soon and whatever. But my favorite rapper is popular rapper No Cap from, you know, Mobile, Alabama.
No cap.
I like his.
Big cap.
I like Lil No Cap too,
I
man.
never heard No Cap, though. I ain't heard nothing from No Cap.
Hey, that's Pint Idol right
I
there.
like
bro.
Cap.
He, you know,
It's
like
the
Cap.
wordplay.
at
It's
first,
like,
I didn't get it at first, Mike.
yeah.
But he nice.
I like
Yeah, well,
cap.
I gotta-
Like
I'm
them
about
little
to
dudes,
check it
them
out.
dudes more talented than we be giving them. We don't give them enough
Well,
of
I
a
mean-
listen. You know what I'm saying? It's hard too.
No, but I think they, you know, the older rappers, dog, you know, they harder on the younger rappers, mainly because they didn't study the old school.
Right.
So they
right,
feel slighted?
Right.
They feel slighted because they didn't study it.
Because you don't
Not
have
so
to
much-
know somebody.
No, yeah, 'cause
You
it's
don't
not-
have
it's
to
not
know
like
somebody.
They hating on their style or whatever. They
I got it. I got it from a
the
young
young
dude.
generation is
You
doing
know?
because they making money like it's hip
Right,
hop. It's
right.
popular. People love it.
But they want them to pay
But
homage
they
too.
never pay homage to
Right.
them. But at the same time, they wasn't, like the youngster was saying, they don't have the OGs and this and that.
Right.
So a lot of the youngsters, they never heard a lot of that.
It's a
If they wasn't
disconnect.
around the OGs, they get a peep at it.
It's a
So
disconnect.
they grew up on a Lil Wayne when we grew up on, you know, my generation. I come up with your Pacs and Biggies and, you know, your Jay-Z's, your Mobb Deep, your this and
Yeah.
that.
They
You
be
know,
laughing at my
they-
music
they
selection in the
demographic,
car.
They was raised by your Lil Waynes and this. You know,
We get it. We get in the truck,
right.
teams. We be
So
on
you
our
can't
way in the
hate on-
studio.
you
They
know
be
the
telling
way
me
they
turn my
deliver the
phone
music.
off, man.
So
They
what's your
got their
music?
own
What's your
vibe.
music,
They
MP?
got their own vibe, so you gotta respect the vibe that they on when they making their music.
What's your music?
I like it. I respect it.
Well, I like it all. I mean, I
It
listen
took-
to,
it
you
took
know,
me a while to
I'm
get
when it
into
come
it.
to the music, because I listen to any type of music, as long as it's good music.
Fine, what's that No Cap song we
You
be
got
listening
bad
to?
music, you got bad rap, you got bad rock and roll. You know, some of the rock and roll sound good because it's good music.
Right.
Like music is music. It either sound good or it don't.
See, that's the thing. See, like that's the thing too, though, Mike. All of them not really into music.
No, they rappers or they
A lot of them
entertainers or whatever.
copycats.
But like they into the music, but like I said, Chester, they have their own vibe. You can't, like, just because I got my own vibe, I can't take away from your vibe because that's what you like.
No, right.
So
No
I
doubt.
can't, and that's a lot what's going on. They hating on them youngsters because they got a different vibe.
It's a good
not
debate.
rap.
It's a good
They
debate
just
for
doing
facts,
it
bro.
in a
Y'all want to bring
different
facts in on this
pattern. You know, it's a
conversation, bro?
different way that they deliver the music.
Right.
So you gotta either like it or you,
Or
know,
you-
or you don't.
or you don't.
But
Most
you don't hate on it
Right.
because you don't
right.
like it.
Right.
That ain't your vibe.
That
So
ain't
go
your
listen
vibe.
to something else.
What's down with you, man?
Right. Most definitely. Most definitely. That's your vibe.
Man, we still shooting, man. We talking music, man. You want to talk it or
I'm
what?
hard.
man?
I mean, I ain't tripping, you know.
Yeah, I'm telling him instead of being
I
interrupted.
got you on speaker, man. You good?
I'm trying to check out these Saints.
You trying to check the Saints
What's up
out?
with it?
We on million views,
Speaking
man.
of
We
the Saints, huh?
we speaking on music right now, bro. I thought that would have been a good conversation for you to come in on.
Yeah, but he watching the Saints game. I asked him what the score is for the Saints.
I was just checking out that Manny Fresh track with Lag going. I'm telling my girl, Lag should have been done something with that music. Lag real tight.
You say Lag got some new stuff out?
Yeah, him and Manny Fresh with Charlie Hustle.
I'm gonna check that out. Charlie Hustle. I'm gonna have to check that out. I wasn't hip to that, bro. Pint was up in here. We comparing the young generation to the old generation with this rap thing. Pint and them making some good points. But we were just speaking on the disconnect between the young generation and the old is that the OGs was out the way, so it wasn't nobody to really bridge the gap. The OGs locked up, dead, on the run, however it is you want to look at it,
Yeah, that's how it go, But if you transfer it down through genetics, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody ain't gonna be taught right, but the ones that is taught right, they gotta, they gotta pass it on. They gotta teach what they know, cause like you might have 8 out of 10 of them ain't got the father figure, but the two that dudes, they got the sprinkle and let them jewels down.
They got to be solid.
They got to,
You feel what he's saying, Pint?
Of course, all the way.
Pint had just pretty much alluded to that. Like what he was saying was, he have OGs in his life, not even just his daddy, but like he got uncles, big cousin, big brother, however it is you want to look at it. That's always right there to kind of scoot them back on track. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to figure out for them youngsters that don't have that. You saying people like him got to be able to pull him 1 or 2 of them back on in, huh?
Right, man. That's how it go, man. Each one teach one. That's how it go. And, that's like a sports team. You might have a guy, but that's more enthusiastic about that, and you see him out there like, man, let him know what he's doing. It's just that he it's in him. And he got the gift of the gab, but he's supposed to teach the other little players was giving them that fire. He's supposed to put them in position.
Don't just shine on them, but put them in position. Right, exactly.
Right. Something like almost like a player coach. And what we gotta do is bridge that gap between the millennials and us, man.
And that's what this podcast about, bro.
Right.
That's exactly what this is about. I'm so glad you said that. Was a perfect point you just made, bro. This, like Jesus said, we have to first voice it, and then Mike came back with another one. We gotta put work into it and come together. You feel what I'm saying? That's a perfect way to put that.
Word.
You got a few facts for us? I know you always have facts for me, bro. I want the world to know, like what people really be getting our little guidance in our game from, bro. What facts you got for us?
Well, it's funny you brought that up, bro, because y'all topic, you're talking about bridging the gap between the young and the old. A fact is the children is the future. We laugh and joke about the Sexy Chocolate song and stuff like that, but they are our future. You know what I'm saying?
That's a real profound statement.
Yeah, without them, everything big. You know what I mean? So it's important. We vibe with them. We find out what's going on with them, where they coming from. We know we kind of know what an energy that we were while we was out there, or like while our generation before us was out there. But they have a little more going on, a little more opportunities. So when I see them and they reminded me of dudes from the 80s, you know what I'm saying? It kind of threw me for a pitch because it's like, it's so much y'all could be doing, you know what I mean?
Right. Big dog, hold that thought. We about to come right back with you, bro. Stay on the line, bro. That's really some real spill you giving us right now, though, bro. Hold that thought for a second. We got to do some more ads real quick, fam. We got to pay some bills,
That's what's up.
Hold on a second. Being back to that, back to where you was at with the youngsters, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. That's got to be a subject, but it got to be easy for us to touch on. You know what I'm saying? Because just look at the different things that's going on in America right now. But with the Black Lives Matter, the Corona thing, man, it's just seeing that, bro, at a rate, but it's just crazy right now. We got to talk to these kids. We got to reach out to these kids and see what we got to do. And most of all, we have to protect them. Because, I mean, just look at the way death happening, man. It's just every second, bro. I call home, bro, every week, bro. Somebody going in the ground, bro. You know what I mean? And it ain't like I ain't seen that before, but, man, it's dying like Vietnam all over the world, man. So it right now is the right time for us to reach out to them kids, man, and form a bond with them, bro. Like, let them know that they got us, bro, because it's like they lost out there right now.
As well said, bro. But directing that towards the youngsters, where exactly can we realistically meet them at?
Man, it's like anything you serious about, bro. You gonna meet it halfway. You know, y'all gonna collide. Y'all gonna go cross the bow. You know what I mean? We gotta get out there in them streets, man. And like we really gotta connect with these people, man. We gotta make it a point, man. You know, because it's almost like we're dealing with people with so many mental health issues, and you could be fly as all outdoors, you know what I mean, and still be excuse my language, messed up mentally, you know what I mean?
Right.
And we as people, we hide behind that. So, you know, long as my call game right, and I got jewelry hanging off my neck, you know, you know, I got tattoos all over my face, so you can't really even see the tears that I'm shedding, you know?
Yeah.
We use all that as a mask, you know what I mean? So you see these little guys, and that's how they coming. They, you know, it's really hiding tears of a clown. You know what I'm saying?
See, at one point, big dog, not to cut you off. At one point, I see them type of little dude. You know how we be sitting back, bro, really not on that type of timing, but having to pay attention to everything. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see them little dudes coming, and you'll develop the state of mind of getting out of their way. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because all right, not to cut you off,
go ahead.
That's easy to do. That's so easy to do because it's like anything else. You feel like, well, I did my time out there. You know, y'all will figure it out. You know what I mean?
And that's bad.
But that's not what's happening. And then and you can see it like it was like that in our generation. Like it was easier for the dudes before us. You know what I mean? But now it's just so saturated, man. Like, these dudes really going hard, man. These youngsters going hard. I tip my hat to them because lately I've been really trying to relate to them. Having a 15-year-old daughter, you know, you kind of got to stoop to their level sometimes to even understand where they coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I look at that a lot different right now, you know, especially with them young dudes, because I feel like, you know, what type of dude she going to bring home one day, you know what I mean?
Right. And we all got daughters, so you know that's the main concern is they safety and their well-being because you don't know what it is they up against or around out there, you know. Even my son, bro, go ahead.
Now you know what always tickles me, right? Like I hear like in the rap game right now, you know, you cut on the radio, one of the hottest little rap females in the game is Miami, you know, and I named my daughter that 15 years ago. Wasn't thinking about, you know, no kitty talk song, but that was kind of, I ain't gonna say a slap in the face, but it was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, look what the game done evolved to, you know what I mean? And like these mature got serious minds right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I be wanting to know what's really going on with them, and I like the way they be promoting themselves and doing their own thing because when we was growing up, we was always looking for something to be attached to.
Right.
Now these little dudes, you know, they if you pay attention to them, they representing themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they got tired of waiting.
They coming from out the mud. They streaming and they doing all, you know, whatever they got going on. That's their little movement, and I feel it. Like, you know, you got 1,000 little Master P's out there right now. Somebody got to really deal with them because they're strong-minded, bro.
Right.
Yeah, bro. That's how we even got to where we at right now, bro. Me and Pint was talking on the wall phone. Y'all know what that wall phone about. This man was like, look, Pop, this is what we gonna do, bro. We about to get legit. This is what we do. We gonna do whatever it takes, man. That dude, you know, he worked with his mama on it, you know, on their little thing. Shout out to Diversity Apparel too, man.
Yes,
Shout out to them, man.
Diversity Apparel.
Diversity Apparel. That's
another
that's
thing,
all
man.
the social medias, huh?
Because we gotta be on almost like economic majors with these little youngsters, but like teaching them, you know, like what they worth and what value really is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, big up and giving props to the dudes that's doing good in school, that's doing things around the community because they don't get seen. You know,
ain't nobody holding no banner up for them.
You know, that can make you jump and make you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to hell with football because only 1 or 2% of them gonna make it anyway. We all know that from getting down with the sport.
Yeah, we did the sports thing.
The people that's making the world turn, bro, is the ones that's buckling down in school.
Academics.
You know what I'm saying? Doing what they got to do on an everyday basis.
Right.
So we need the people to be like more informed about young black dudes that's more committed to the story. Shout out to my little cousin, my godson Kareem. You know,
King Kareem. You got to call him King Kareem. You heard?
And being sick-minded. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some globe changers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my godson Kareem.
Yeah, man, Kareem Smith, man, he making major moves, bro.
And especially in the area we from, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a unique place, and anybody know about that place know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, shout out to Bunch Village, man.
So a light got to be shining on that
Shout out to
area,
Bunch Village, man.
so many good people that came from that area, bro.
Yeah, and we gotta shine it in a positive manner, though. You know what I'm saying?
Good people that don't get the credit they deserve, and that's what we got to start doing as black people, especially us, like this generation from. They used to call us Generation X and all that, you know, because we was different. You know what I'm saying? We changed up sometimes, but now we the parents, and we gotta show them, you know, we cool enough to rock with them. That ain't about nothing.
That's what we doing, bro. Couldn't have been said no better, man.
You right about that.
You gotta fly.
Hey, what y'all got for him, man? What's up with the research department over there, bro?
Well, first off, before I even get into the research, I want to shout out Diversity Apparel, my mom's, clothing brand. And on Instagram, as I know of, it's Diversity Apparel _. And our website is www.diversity-apparel.com. Go shop there. They have a lot of men clothing.
Go check that out, man. He was just plugging him and his mama apparel website, Diversity Apparel, man.
Okay.
Yeah, go check that out.
Okay.
Go check that out. They got fly gear on there, bro, for men.
So with the research,
no doubt.
For sure, yeah. You about to hit us with a few research questions for a second, Beans.
So with the research, we want to ask y'all what's the difference between assets and liabilities within the future. Trying to build a business. So what's the difference between having an asset and a liability throughout? With people working with people in the business. I wanted to ask y'all that.
Okay, his question was, Beans, a young man trying to get off into a business, right? He needs to know the difference between what's an asset and what's gonna be a liability in that situation.
All right. My thing gonna be like this, cause I ain't gonna spit it if it ain't no facts, now.
There you go.
All right. So the first thing a young man interested in business, he gotta have to take the approach like everybody else and go and learn about business, like take some business courses.
There
you know what I'm saying? Start using the internet for more than just porn and rap videos, and start looking into what he's interested in.
See, bro, and you know what's so real about your answer? You didn't BS him. You didn't just tell him what you thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something like you say, the young man need facts on that. And you didn't have the facts on it at the moment, so you refer him to where he need to be. That's the conversations that need to be being had. Some of these young men, they don't have nobody to have these convos with. That's the importance of these talks right here. From a 44-year-old to a 15, 16-year-old. You see what I'm saying? That don't mean that the conversation can't happen just because we don't think alike. The conversation can still happen, but you got to be willing to listen. And we, as the older cat, we got to be willing to bend and be real, be honest with them.
No doubt. Well, see, the thing about it, we want to be Barack Obama, but we don't want to put in the work that he put in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of book reading, and it was a lot of nights and events and different sacrifices had to be made for him to be in that position. And I mean, in that position, you know what I mean? It was a lot of blood, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, man, to be in that position. And see, we want to sit at the table, we want to eat the pie, but none of us don't want to put the work in.
Right. I go with that.
Put the work in, and when you think about it, it's hard work, like Mayweather or the average businessman. You think about it, they had to do something, in order to be part of that fraternity.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Extra too.
You're gonna have to go through it. If you want something, you're gonna have to go through the adversity to achieve it.
Blood, sweat, and tears, right?
Beside that, I know I had a big problem with that, especially as a youth. Like just quitting, as soon as something got tight, if a situation was wrong, or Sam, you know how I go to the weather could be wrong. I quit. You know what I'm saying? and we gotta get away from that.
We definitely gotta get off of that.
Like some guys playing sports, they teach you that in sports. We gotta get them enthusiastic about that in life. To find something you love to do and learn it good, and you'll be the best at it. You're gonna get paid for it, and it's something you love to do.
But at the end of the day, bro, if them dudes don't have the support and the real heartfelt support, so a lot of them go fall at the wayside, bro. Cause all of them not exceptional. Everybody not exceptional. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna really need a real big push. But that was a good point though, Big Beans. Give us another one, fella.
Another thing they need really some real big minds gotta get together. Cause like for instance, my dad used to. I had a good father. You know that very well.
Yeah, I know him pretty good.
He used to tell me like when they was going to school that they had more body fender mechanics and different trades like carpentry. They were serious about it.
Yeah, making themselves bosses early.
Because everybody wasn't going to sit in no college classroom and do their thing. So we got to make technical schools and
they had the boss up early. They made their minds up early.
Available to these youngsters, so they can know like the different crafts and trades, because they get lost behind and all of that.
Yeah, they don't even have all that in school anymore. I don't think they don't have that type of courses.
That's doing concrete.
You got trade courses at school now?
Mexican and Caucasian, you know what I'm saying? We get lost behind and just all kinds of things are ethical because of the situation that's been thrown at us.
Yeah, them
and
dudes.
We just receiving that.
A lot of them dudes out there and stuff. Them dudes like 7th, 8th grade educations and shit like that.
It come a point
stuff
where
like that. And
we're in the age of awakening, but we just gotta wake up right now. You see what's going on. You know that they out to get up. So we gotta get skilled and get prepared, but to compete, though.
We have to. I'm elaborate. I'm elaborate a little bit more on what you said. I'm gonna go ahead and say we have to share that knowledge. We cannot die and give it to the worms and the maggots.
Right.
We have to. As older people, I'm talking about as your generation and the generation y'all have to be willing to share that knowledge. Y'all have to be willing. But I'm not saying to share it with anybody. I'm saying somebody who putting forth an effort into the craft that that you take pride about, to take something that you take passion with. Share that information. Right. Because if you're dead, then you just giving it to the worms and the maggots.
Exactly.
So what's the hold back if you done did it to your top potential already, and you see somebody young that don't want to make the same mistakes you made to get to the point that you at already, so save them the mistakes and teach and show, but that's not what's going on though.
They'd rather watch you make the mistakes.
They're gonna watch it and they're gonna laugh. They're gonna laugh at you when you make the mistakes, but that's okay.
Yeah, but you gotta understand. You gotta understand, like God didn't make Adam perfect, and it's a fact. The first man that ever was created, right? He made a mistake.
Right.
Which means if you made a mistake, that means you wasn't perfect.
Right. That's all that means.
So the first man that was ever created, to walk on this earth, he made a mistake. So you must understand. You gotta know what mistakes you can make though out here in the society we live in. Because some mistakes can cost you your life.
Cost you all.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some mistakes you can't take back.
Some people put,
some mistakes will hinder you from going forward, and once we get our kids to understanding that at an early age, they tend to try to stay on the right side of that part. We just gotta put more into them.
See,
that's the truth.
More put into them, but you think about how much money just spent. Let's just call it fact or fact. How much money you think spent on candy cane around Christmas time?
Thousands of dollars.
I would say it's in the billions.
Billions, of course.
I would say it's in the billions.
Yeah, for sure.
They checking the facts in the facts department right now,
They spend more on candy cane for Christmas than they do on their kids.
That's a good fact.
What program you ever said we raised $1 billion for some kids to do anything? I don't care if it was just for kids that just have a pair of socks for Christmas. But we could spend on candy cane, and that's what my mind be at, bro. When it comes down to the greed of American society, bro. So
hold on,
we get pulled away from that, and then now our kids up against the internet, so they get to see everything. Whether it's sex, whether there's too much fashion, it saturates them. They know everything. We're at a point like that, to where it's serious right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you gotta do. You gotta know what you're dealing with now when you're dealing with these kids. They're so much smarter than we was as a shame because they have so much information right at their fingertips.
Let me get this.
That's a fact.
For sure.
So, but you know how it is. Knowledge is power. It can either power you in the wrong direction or it can power you in the right direction. So you got to stay on them about incorporating yourself. Start saving money right now. You know, building bank accounts and building work so they can be able to survive in this crazy over the world.
That's the information. That's the information.
Y'all getting this, bro?
That's the information right there. Start saving money.
They got some more questions for us, bro. What y'all got right there, man?
Right.
So.
Yeah, I can remember days, man, back in the G, man. My grandma used to tell me, you know,
slow down, Beans.
You don't need a college education to work a shovel. You know, and that's only because the world's so saturated. And then they must know it's a race. You know, it's not no race for skin color. You know, it's a race for the trophy, to check a flag. It's a race. You compete in everything you do. So you're gonna have to compete in life. Like when you going out for these jobs, man, they got Chinamen out here now. They got Mexicans. You know, but they outnumbering us.
Say Beans.
I mean, the cost of living and went up, man, think about it. But, you know, it was a lot for them to deal with, but they could handle it because they were born into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
What y'all got for us, man?
So today, I want y'all to, Martin Luther King once said we must accept disappointment but never lose infinite hope. So I want y'all to, elaborate on that. What does he mean by that? That's my question
one more time for me.
We must accept disappointment, but never lose infinite hope.
Accept disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. What he mean by that is, like Beans was just saying, you ain't perfect, so it's the inevitable for you to fail at something. It's inevitable for something to go wrong. The light fell. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we, we got to keep pushing on. Like, that's one small thing. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Somebody might cancel or whatever the case may be. You might blow a tire. You about to just leave. You in the car, just about to just stay there.
So we turn losses into lessons.
There you go. Right. There you go. And that's what he was just saying. Y'all fast forward on everything. All y'all need is just a little spark. You feel what I'm saying? But that's a perfect way to look at it. An L is a lesson, not a loss.
Right.
You even said that, that's business though. You cancel out, sue your ass, Everything should be legally binding, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just throwing that out there.
That's facts. We gonna get back with Beans. Beans, we gonna get back with you, bro. We appreciate the facts and the love, fam.
Oh, no doubt, bro. I'm proud of y'all, bro. Congratulations on y'all first show. Man, R.I.P. to my nigga Jared, bro. R.I.P. to my little brother friend, bro. But we praying with y'all, bro. Nigga, love y'all, bro.
Shout out to Freddie, man.
Get their ass tore up.
Right. R.I.P.
Love you, fam.
R.I.P. Jared.
All right, baby. Love you, too.
All right, big brother. Man, what we gonna do with him, Chief?
I don't know, man.
It was facts, though.
Yeah, it was good.
It's exactly what we always get from him, bro. He gonna give you some facts. We got to fly him out. We got to find that in the budget to get Big Beans out here, bro. Get him on
Fire
set, let
facts
him do
with
his
Big
thing.
Beans.
Make sure we have a lot of battery.
What else y'all got
man,
for us, CJ?
Leave us with something, bro. Give us one of them jewels, bro. The jewel of the day. Even if it's a simple one. You know what I'm saying? You always leave me with something, bro.
Well, man, knowledge is wisdom, So, it's different words, I just challenge people to, to look up from time to time, just to, challenge your mind a little bit to know a lot more about what you really believe in. Because most people, like if you're in the jam, for instance, the first name you're going to scream out is, oh Lord, or oh Jesus. So, like if you're a person that believe in a higher power. So, why wouldn't you as an individual want to know as much as possible about this particular higher power that you so-called believe in? And I think some people, they don't really, you don't dig that deep to really know exactly what you're dealing with.
Right.
You'll mention Jesus, but don't even know who Jesus really is. But you believe in it to the fullest, just due to how you was brought up.
Blind faith.
Not to pick on them or nothing like that, but that's just the way we all, most black people in general, were brought up.
Yeah,
I was brought up in the
like
church,
that, yeah.
To where I was a Christian, I believed in Christianity and, religion and this and that. But, it took to me to be older and get different information to where I understood that the Bible is giving you a briefing of what happened, but it's not the original source.
My best thing.
So that's what contradiction. That's what people look at it and be like, this don't make sense or this don't add up.
I mean, I think
because this is not the original version of it. You got a watered down version of what actually took place.
I think it's not so watered down, Mike. I think it's like you broke it down to me a little bit more profound than that. You broke it down to me like Sam, you got algebra in high school, but when you get off into college and you know what I'm saying, this mathematics turn into a totally different thing. You can't just stop at the introduction of it. Yeah.
But mathematics and science, that's the
no. I was just using it from a standpoint of learning.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying.
Some people read the Bible but don't want to read every other book that the Bible alludes to. That's what I'm saying.
But at the end of the day, like they separated religion, or really not religion. I apologize for that. They separated the higher power, God, or the Most High that you speak of, from science, and they took science and left that over here. Like the Most High didn't create the science.
Right.
Like they didn't, bring this information to the earth. They make it like it's a theory, and that's why they separated from what it really is, what it really ties into. It all comes from the Most High, the science, the DNA.
Yeah, that conversation, that conversation that could be a little bit too deep for our listeners, though.
Right, but but that's a platform I'm, trying to build and, and get that type of information out.
You might need to bring that platform to the channel, man, because I'm pretty sure they got a lot of people, bro, that's already on that level of thinking and ready to go there with you. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
We more so geared towards trying to get ourselves to that point.
To get to that, but I'm here to help y'all get to that.
Yeah, you go bridge the gap. That's that bridging the gap thing we was talking about.
I'm here to help you get there.
Yeah, man, we got to put something together where you could not only speak on that, but you could have other folks that's educated on that level and people that's interested in that level. You know what I'm saying?
They're better voice their opinion or ask the particular questions that they might have.
That way it ain't more so debating, it's more educational.
Well, it's all educational, because mainly what we speak of is just, like not bashing the Bible, it's just letting you know that it's more to the story. It's not for me to say, to just say what you're reading is not accurate, because I'll be lying if I said it wasn't somewhat accurate, because I know the original story.
Right.
And it's similar to that. It's just not word for word that, because they had to change it up due to language and, down the line. Like a word, for instance, and I'll close it with this. One word that everybody in the Bible, whoever read the Bible, they might have read the verse, but never looked up the definition of a word that you didn't know the definition of. Like a word like calendar, C-A-L-N-E-H. Look that up for me, Pam. Calendar.
Spell it again, please.
C-A-L-N-E-H.
All right.
That's written in the Bible. Amongst the cities of Nimrod, when they mention Eridu, they mention Eric, Babel, Calneh is one of the cities. But if you look up the actual meaning of Calneh, which is a Sumerian term, Calneh means the fortress of Anu, which is the Most High God. That's who, in those times, who they recognize as the Most High. But that's not profound to somebody who didn't really look up the definition of what that word meant.
Right.
And then that'll get you to.
And you saying that word is actually in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. Right. But if you read around it,
you got to research things you don't know.
You got to research what you don't know, and that's what gets you to the next step for us knowledge, the information.
So in closing,
but it's all left.
So in closing, we got to take work ethic, being grounded spiritually, community coming together. We got to figure that out, man.
Gotta figure it out.
And that's gonna be a task for all of us. But if we really in this for what we say we in this for, that's our task.
That's our task, right?
You feel what I'm saying? I think we leave it at that, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Million views.
Views, man.
Million views, baby.
To close it out, man. Close out the first episode, man.
Was a great success.
First of all, we would like to a big special shout out to BMPTs, man, for doing this merch for us, bro. Shout out to my people, dog.
Shout out to my people.
Get at them BMPTs, man, at every social media platform, bro. Shout out to my dog Cheesy. Shout out to M1llionViewzPodcast Entertainment.
Shout out to my dog Mill, bro.
Shout out to Pint the Boss for making it happen down Status. You know what I'm saying? My man CG. Our guest MP2G. Y'all gonna be seeing a lot of him. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, and another thing, man. Anybody, bro, that's in legitimate business, bro, trying to promote your business or any type of function you have going on, bro, any type of foundations, anything, you know, if you're trying to just put it together, get at us, man. M1llion Entertainment, M1llion Views, man, on all social platforms.
Thank you for listening.
Get at us, holler at us, man. Free promotion going on.
Thank you.
Once again, shout out to my team, man. Everybody at M1llion Entertainment, everybody at Dreams and Success, Built for Dreams Success Studios.
Thank you. Thank you for taking your time out to listen. M1llion Views, baby.
M1llion
Shout out. Yeah. I wish you called me. Yeah. I wish you called me. This what you called me. 2 times. What's down, baby?
This what she called me. Call me, she called me.
That's what she called me. Yeah. Turn me off.
She say you're
I met her at the ball, and she was kinda thick. I had some time to politics, so look, we shot the shit. Shorty told me that she ain't with the shit, so I replied, I don't slide with your any bitch. Full steam ahead, seen a rap show. Can't lie, I saw that ass on her. She had some ass on her, so I had to act on her. Not act on her, but I had to act on her.
She wanna take a trip, hate when I make her wait for shit. Show me her wrist like she waiting for me to make a trip. She wanna take a trip, hate when I make her wait for shit. Show me her wrist like she waiting for me to make a trip. She wanna take a trip, hate when I make her wait for shit. Show me her wrist like she waiting for me to make a trip. She wanna take a trip, hate when I make her wait for shit. Show me her wrist like she waiting for me to make a trip.
Them nights is dark for real. Try to play me like I'm dumb, but young forever, smart. Just bring your loyalty, leave your heart, and play your part for real. Ain't never been no flunk, so why the fuck would I start for real? You know this money ain't gon' chain me, nigga. No weapon sure pop, but you know I keep this banging. Don't feel no man, but God, so you know I gotta stay dangling. Might catch me vibing out the choir, but ain't no singing. Down, my song is on. She on me bad, shawty feeling for my chromosome. Playing with my heart, made me kick back like ride along.
So what?
Ride along. Ain't no cop, but I keep this fire on. The sun is out, the vibers on, rocking like prizes on. Some back, you know the plan, trying to get in them stones. The mean allowed to linger on, don't mean to lead on. The mean allowed to linger on, don't mean to lead on.
She wanna take a trip, hate when I make her wait for shit. Show me her wrist like she waiting for me to make a trip. She wanna take a trip, hate when I make her wait for shit. Show me her wrist like she waiting for me to make a trip. She wanna take a trip, hate when I make her wait for shit. Show me her wrist like she waiting for me to make a trip. She wanna take a trip, hate when I make her wait for shit. Show me her wrist like she waiting for me to make a trip.
Yeah, Nick. M1llion Views, baby.